some porn. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. I hurt my back. I ain't got no food. I ain't walking away. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Yeah. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Come on. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. If you're kissing a girl, send a picture of a nude. Touch somebody's butt. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. If you follow the wrong religion, did something gay my leg, had an affair. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Come on. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. You're coming. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Secretly watched our thoughts. Secretly watched us in our house. Remotely moved our muscles. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. But murdered 3,000 people. Galvanized millions of people. Assaulted thousands of people. Yes, Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Jocko's lost. Jocko's. You know what I'm talking about, those jive-ass Jockonians. Lost. Let it be weird. Let it be weird and wonderful. Just so long as they don't hurt anybody. Let it be wild. Let it be wild and wonderful. Just so long as they don't hurt anybody. Don't drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Don't drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Don't drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Let it be sad. Let it be too sad or too happy. This kind of feeling is only natural. Let it be bored. Let him have a short attention span. Maybe it's only because we have a dull society. Don't drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Don't drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Don't drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Don't drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Don't drug them. Don't you damn drug them. Those scummy fascist Nazi rednecks, hypocrites that watch our thoughts. The slimy, moldy, scummy, shitty people that hear our thoughts. The murdering, assaulting, molesting, lying, dumb shits that write to our thoughts. The greedy, info-hoarding, voyeuristic people that prevent us from making cuts. The one way only you don't see us, but millions of us watch you all day. The violent, stupid, communistic sadists that think they'll never pay. Neuron raping, thought call taping, phone company ass licking rots. Torture loving people drugging, remote muscle moving robots. Sturgis, Caesar, 9/11, cover up millions of violent crimes. Violent killing, live alive, bloodthirsty neuron slimes. Elitist, empty-headed, hurt our thoughts for a very long time. Camera thought hogs, neuron reading hoggers, filthy addicts of the mind. Silver money, ass-licking, galvanizing, nightmare-giving, thought-picture hogs. Apartheid-loving, genocidal, mass-murdering cogs. Anti-democratic, anti-free market, monopoly all the time. Pol Pot society where the only people left are the barefoot, dumb, and blind. Brutal, vicious, professional voyeurs that lock up amateur peepers. Callous, inhuman, crocodile savages, thought, image, and sound reapers. Excluded, eunuch, human drone beast to crudely make you aroused. Excluded, finally see in prison is where you'll be housed. Copyright hypocrites that copy and sell thoughts every hour, swearing how they protect all privacy while filming everyone in their shower. Toe stubbing, soap dropping, heart palpitating, make you say something you don't want to say. Eyelid flicking, 3D rendering, dust size, camera flying, but someday they'll pay. They're the fascists in the camera thought net. They secretly hear people's thoughts. They're the fascists in the camera thought net. They watch people in their homes. They're the mind police of the earth. They're busy policing all our thoughts. They assault us with their flying laser beams. They beam on us while we wait in line. They've got cameras on the back of our heads to see what our eyeballs see. Their flying cameras follow us around. They zap us to make us frown. They're uneducated but they're wealthy. They've got no education but money. They're violent people on the loose. Secretive elitist lawyer swine. A person has been murdered.
Camera thought net.
The police have no suspect.
Camera thought net.
No clues are apparent.
Camera thought net.
The police have no lead.
Camera thought net.
The police have no comments.
Simple street cameras.
There were no witnesses.
Available to the public.
Nobody saw anything.
Simple street cameras.
Nobody heard a thing.
Available to the public.
We want to hear thoughts.
Not a bunch of medical shots.
We want to see thought.
Not to get our ass shot.
We want to see.
The people with the beam.
We want wanna hear.
not a constant smear.
We wanna hear.
Your thoughts for a change.
We wanna see.
Into your house for a change.
We wanna write.
To your ears for a change.
We wanna write.
To your eyes for a change.
A person has been murdered.
Camera thought net.
The police have no suspect.
Camera thought net.
No clues are apparent.
Camera thought net.
The police have no lead.
Camera thought net.
The police have no comments.
Simple street cameras.
There were no witnesses.
Available to the public.
And nobody saw anything.
Simple street cameras.
Nobody heard a thing.
Available to the public.
It's only fair, fair and square, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. It's only fair, fair and square. What was done to the victim should be done to the villain. Just as a person will start, so a person will end. Just as there is a question, so there is an answer. St. Caesar shot 4 times in the back. Frank Sturge is shot from the front. The 9/11 killer's blown into pieces. The neuron killer's neuroned until dead. It's only fair, exactly fair, if only just to imagine the crimes done unto them. Murderers to be murdered, assaulters to be assaulted. Muscle moves for the muscle movers, particle beam for the particle beamer. Those who made people itch should be made to itch. Those who pushed people down should be pushed down too. Those who sold drugs will have drugs sold to them. Those who sold pleasure will have pleasure sold to them. Those who stole will be stolen back from. Those who touched without consent will be touched without consent. Not an eyeless, toothless planet, but a planet where the violent are punished. Not allowed to roam free, to continue their murdering spree. They sucked 9/11 Nazi ass. They took all the 9/11 Nazi cash. They are gonna whimper, whimper that fascist whimper. We didn't have a choice. It was the nature of the times. Please forgive us. We're so very sorry. But please don't forgive them. Please remember the victims. It's only fair. It's only justice. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a scratch for a scratch, an assault for an assault, a murder for a murder. Don't let murderers go free. Teach a violin a lesson to live in peace. Give them a taste of their own medicine. It's their just desserts. Let the punishment fit the crime. You should get what you deserve. versus evil, true versus false, stop violence versus start violence, pleasure versus pain, cosmos versus chaos, wisdom versus idiocy, sex versus celibacy, sex versus anti-sexuality, science versus religion, science versus pseudosciences, science versus mysticism, science versus superstition, freedom versus fear, freedom versus change, democracy versus elitism, democracy versus minority rule, the violent to the victim should be the victim of violence, or at least have their crime be seen and allowed to live unpunished for the violent crimes we all have seen, and for those that we have yet to see. I cannot forgive, nor forget.
Don't make me wait. Time is so precious. Don't make me late. I'd like to sing sometime today. Come on, get busy. All I can say is enough with the gods. Enough with the gods. Enough. Enough with the gods. I want to go to other stars. We've been here for millions of years. It's time to go to see something new. To beat the odds, we need to say enough with the gods. Enough with the gods. Enough. Enough with the God, 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 God. Enough with the gods. For thousands of years, there were many gods who ruled the land and ruled the sea. But now get smart, learn the truth. We've got nice mods, time to say enough with the gods. Enough with the gods. Enough. Enough with the with the God. Enough with the God.
You know, in the course of this project, I've uncovered many startling truths. Just to briefly mention some here. The first one, I think, without a question, would have to be remote neuron reading and writing. That people figured out how to see, hear, and even write back to thought, as crazy as that sounds, and that this has been a secret for well over a century, and possibly for seeing thought, even shockingly, possibly back to the 1300s. I mean, it doesn't seem ridiculous given a lot of, the writings, the hints that hint at that, that many people have probably been secretly murdered by particle beam, in particular by neuron writing or galvanization, either directly or indirectly. And this includes the secret development of tiny dust-sized micrometer and nanometer technology, and particle wireless or radio communication, including image and sound capturing electronically, long ago in the past, at least 200 years ago. This technology can can capture thought images, thought sounds, what the eyes see, can write images to what the eyes see, to the thought screen, to what the ear hears, to thought audio, can hear thought audio, can write to what a body feels, can change the neurons, which are tiny electrical switches like transistors, to make people feel things, to smell things, to stop or to cause pain that a body feels. Probably that's the number one thing that I think that I learned through this Universe Life Science Future. But number two would be that all matter is probably made of light particles, and this simple truth is hinted at over the centuries. For example, the quote, "And Newton said, all is light." Or even earlier, William Byrd's 1300s, "Your mind is light." Very unusual to see that in 1300s. Somebody saying your mind is light, Given that many humans are direct-to-brain Windows consumers, this implies that much of the claims in published papers on particle physics are deliberate lies. In particular, all new exotic particles that are not made out of light particles, that antimatter particles are not material and made of light particles, that light particles are massless, and so on. That the redshift of light. Third would be the redshift of light. Schleifer, 1922, is easily explained by the Bragg-Schuster-Fraunhofer simple equation n lambda equals 2d sine theta. And this great truth that the diffraction grating is the result of particle reflection, and so that even apparently off the top of the grating, basically. This great truth is that the diffraction grating is a result of particle reflection, and so that even large radio gratings are possible. For radio gratings, given the truth about neuron reading and writing, this implies that Schleifer, who probably received direct-to-brain windows, and then later Hubble, and all later astronomers, including those today, purposely lied and lie about this to this day, about this simple truth. I mean, it's shocking. So it's not the expanding universe as was defined by the Gamov. So number four, that light is a material particle, not a wave, and this 400-year battle over this simple theory, that the claims of diffraction, 1600s Francisco Grimaldi, and interference, 1800s Thomas Young and Auguste Fresnel, and polarization, are more accurately described as a result of particle reflection. In addition to this, that the electromagnetic theory, wave theory of light by Maxwell, who believed in an ether, is clearly inaccurate, as light travels in a straight line and is not composed of, anything moving in any kind of a sine wave shape. And there's no evidence for a medium for light as a wave. So, but number five, that globular clusters are probably made by living objects, and the realization that our species is extremely far behind on what is a standard development for living objects in the universe. I mean, we've not even reached a different star, and here these other living objects around globular clusters are moving stars together and moving them out of the Milky Way plane altogether. I mean, very scientifically advanced relative to us, who can't even go to a different moon. So number six is that probably very smart robots, including walking and running and driving and cleaning robots and so on, and that the secret development of artificial muscles, much like our own muscles, but all done secretly. Very lightweight, electrical moving, contracting, polymers and so on, and still a secret to this day. That they could be helping us to live without having to work and so on, cleaning for us and having us so we don't have to do manual labor and so on. But also number 7 would be the truth that atomic fusion, simply building up atoms by colliding carbon ions, for example, with other atoms, building them up to larger atoms, was made public by Ernest Rutherford in the 1900s, but also in 1950, in the 1900s, and that all atoms can be fissioned or split, not just uranium and thorium. Many people, I didn't know that. Seaborg showed that in 1950. He published that. And that this entire industry of converting one atom to another, transmutation, has been kept secret. An industry that will be massive, and probably already is massive, in the bulk, transmutation of atoms, because the main way to produce oxygen and, on the moon, Mars, and Mercury, and water, which we need, and no doubt everywhere humans go, certainly any, atmosphereless planet, our moon, but anywhere really, even the